Today our focus in geometry is going to be focused on the area of circles and also the area of sectors. So we're going to kind of combine pieces of formula that we've been dealing with. So let's take a look first of all at vocabulary. Now first of all, this would be a good spot to kind of stop and get this in your notes if you were gone. But in general, we've already been talking about the area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi times r squared. Now use the actual pi key on your calculator unless I tell you to use pi as 3.14. Now a sector is something else that's on here. So first of all, if I do a sector, that means I only want area of part of the circle. So you can see how this whole circle, this part right here is in yellow. So if I knew what the measurement of AB was, hang on, let me put this back where it goes. There we go. If we know what the measurement of this arc was, we would divide it by 360 and we'd multiply it by the area in order for us to find the area of the sector. So on this first problem, what's the area of a 12-inch diameter pizza? First of all, if diameter is 12 inches, that means radius has to be 6. So if I want to find area equals pi times r squared. So pi times 6 squared. Now if I'm looking at this, if I want it in terms of pi, 6 squared would just be 36. So 36 pi inches squared. This would be your answer if you wanted it in terms of pi. If you want a regular answer and they want you to round to the nearest tenth, which is what we see a lot, if we do 36 pi in your calculator, then the area is going to be 113.1 inches squared. So again, you're going to have to see if they want the answer in terms of pi or just a regular answer rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, let's take a look at our next one. On this problem, you can see that this is actually a sector. So remember, our formula was whatever degree we had divided by 360 times pi times r squared. So first of all, looking at this problem, I can see that this arc is 72 degrees. So 72 is going to go in here, and the radius is 20. Now if I'm somebody who's doing this in terms of pi, I'm going to have to multiply all of this part together. So if I do 72 divided by 360 times 20 squared would be 80. So this would be 80 pi centimeters squared. Now this is the in terms of pi answer. So if I want to put that in my calculator, and I do 80 pi, it's going to give me 251.3 centimeters squared. So again, look at the kind of answer they want, so you know what it should look like. Okay, let's take a look at this next idea. Now there are going to be times that we're only going to want to find the area of a segment. So first of all, the area of a sector is this whole thing. And if I were to connect this end of the radius to this one, I would make this triangle here. If I were to take that triangle off, I would end up with just this part, which is area of a segment. So I have to be able to find the sector and subtract the area of the triangle away to be able to get the area of a segment. So let's take a look at one of these. This is one where they want us to find this area right here of the segment. So remember, to do this, I have to do the area of a sector I have to subtract the area of the triangle to get the area of a segment. So first of all, this sector, this is 90 degrees. So 90 divided by 360 times pi times 10 squared. Okay, now I'm just going to write these in pieces. The area of the triangle, remember, it's 1/2 base times the height. So 1/2, the base of the triangle is 10, and the height is 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go through and simplify both of these to make it easier. So if I did this area of a sector, I'm going to type the whole thing in to the nearest tenth. So 90 divided by 360 times pi times 10 squared gives me 78.5. Now if I put this in my calculator, 0.5 times 10 times 10 is going to give me 50. And then that will give me 28.5. And remember, if this is area, it's got to be still squared units, so inches squared.